What's going on, guys? Sam here. This is Bozzy TV. I've got two special guests for you. We have Steve from Flipping the Nerd. We've got Mike from Unboxing Bros. And this is the 2016 TAKEOVER Toronto and Survivor Series predictions. How are you going, guys?
What's up?
What's up? Good. Thank you. You?
Yeah, good, man. Now, some people on my channel may not know Steve. I've been on his channel a few times. Steve, let us know a bit about yourself, what you do on your channel, and what gets you interested into wrestling and stuff.
Yeah, my channel is Flipping the Nerd. I'm mostly known for unboxing videos. I also have a weekly geek show where I just talk about anything in the geek world. I tend to have a theme every week, varies week to week. I'm big into horror. I'm big into Disney and Universal Studios, like the park aspect to it and their films and stuff. And for this, I'm also a huge wrestling fan. Have been my whole life. I go way back with wrestling, right down to my childhood. And I've seen things, over the years. I saw the Montreal Screwjob live, for example. I live in Canada, so I got the chance to do that, and I've just always been a fan, ever since I'm a kid. So I'm super excited to be here. Thank you very much, and that's about it.
No problems, man. No problems. This is going to be fun. We're here really just to talk wrestling, talk passion, have some fun, have some excitement. And Mike, how's your day been? We spoke last night at like 2 o'clock in the morning. How are you going, buddy?
Bozzy, I'm going to keep it light and good. I'm great.
Awesome. I'm glad. Steve, this is Mike. Mike, this is Steve. We've got Unboxing.
How are you? Nice to meet you.
Okay, so guys, before we get started with the predictions, I want to let you know on something. We have actually going to make a predictions champion for this channel. Later down the track, we may have a title to basically show off who the champion is. Now, this is serious stuff. Like, I'm ready for this. I'm ready to beat both of you guys at these predictions. So we're just going to have to wait and see who actually wins. So on Monday, we'll find out who the actual winner is. And it's going to be me, man. It's going to be me, boy. It's going to be me. Okay, so basically the way this is going to go, we're going to go through each match. Then we're going to find out who picks what. We're going to have a chat about it, and then that would be the show. But I'm really excited. I hope you guys are excited. And now let's get into the first pay-per-view for the weekend, which is NXT's TAKEOVER, and it's in Toronto, where sort of where you're from. You're from Calgary, aren't you? Calgary.
I'm actually from Ottawa.
Okay.
Toronto's like 3-4 hours away, so I'm really close by. I'm gonna use that Canadian juju to make me win that predictions championship. So.
Oh, awesome. Okay.
Listen,
all right. So
the Montreal Screwjob is a thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first match we're going to discuss is Ty Dillinger versus Bobby Roode, the Perfect 10 versus Glorious. I'm actually looking forward to this match. I think there's some real chemistry there. I think it's going to be a great match. But I'm not going to give my predictions yet. I'm going to let you guys tell me your predictions, and then I'll throw my predictions in last. So let's start with Mike. Mike, what Bobby Roode versus Ty Dillinger? Who's your pick and why?
I'm going to tell you why I'm going to go with Bobby Roode right off the rip. I mean, he is the glorious one. He is the one they brought from. He is the it factor from TNA. I know I'm still in that a little, but, he is the glorious one. He is going to beat Ty Dillinger. He is better than 10. He is way better than 10. I say he's about a 15 on the Richter scale of the perfect 10. But, it's going to be a fairly even matchup at the beginning. I think Ty Dillinger's going to go hard to the paint. I think he's going to go really, really aggressive, and I think it's going to be a really aggressive match with Bobby Roode beating. But I can't wait to see that double R spine buster. I really can't. And I know that's the Robert Roode coming out in me, but I know he's Bobby Roode. But still, man, it's still going to be a great night for Bobby Roode and the Canadian fans.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. It's going to be a great. Bobby Roode's going to be great. I think Ty Dillinger's going to be great as well. So your pick is Bobby Roode?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay, I've written it down. Steve, your turn.
Yeah,
Who do you pick and why?
I got to say the same thing. I think Bobby Roode's going to win the match. After what happened with them, with the Dusty Rhodes tag thing there, I think he's a good guy. I think it's just going to be a good match. I'm not, I really don't know who to root for in this one. I kind of like both of them, but I think Roode's going to take it. I really do. So let's go, Roode.
Yeah. Okay, I've put you down as Roode. Now, for me, I'm actually going to go the same. So whoever wins or loses on this one, we're all going to be even Stevens for the first match. But the reason I'm picking Roode is because I've watched him in TNA. I've watched him in, at his prime in TNA when he was the champion back in the day. When he came into, it was such great hype and stuff. He came in such a great fashion. I really liked what they did with him actually asking Glorious, Perfect 10 for to be partners, and the next week he walks out on him. It's just it's great. He's a great character, all in all. I think he will win. I think he hasn't had a match yet on TakeOver, so his first match in TakeOver will come in with a win. I am 100% sure. Next, we have Asuka. No, wait, we won't do that one yet. We'll do the tag team title match, which is Revival versus #DIY. What are your thoughts, Mike, on this match? What are your thoughts on who's going to win? It's tag team gold, mate. Tag team gold.
I want to give it to the Revival and them being the standard bearer of the NXT Tag Team Championship division. The DIY this week, I really do. You got to give them the championship because you have Johnny Wrestling and you have the Tommaso Ciampa. Yes, both of them together is an awesome team. And that's the reason you got to put the belts on them. I mean, yeah, they got beat by the Authors of Pain, but who hasn't got beat by Authors of Pain this year? Yeah. I mean, they have Paul Ellering, for God's sakes. I mean, come on. But I'm going to have to do the DIY, man. I really do. If it doesn't do the DIY, I'd be very surprised, and I would see them both in the Cruiserweight division on SmackDown.
And what do you think about the match in general? Cool DIY, but what do you think of the match in general? What do you think about
It's going to be hard hitting. I think it's going to be like a Ring of Honor style match, especially from Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. I know the Revival are going to do it the WWE style and be a lot less hard hitting. They're going to be a lot more tactician. They're going to be more tactical, more strategic, more technical wrestling, more sound wrestling. Like you have the other two guys on the other end, it's just going to be completely, pardon my language, balls to the wall, as they say, and it's going to be intense. It's going to be fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be like watching Ring of Honor back in 2008, 2009.
Yeah. Yes. Steve, your predictions. Who do you reckon is going to win? DIY, Revival. What do you like about this matchup? Do you think it's going to be intense?
Yes.
Let us know everything.
I do think it's going to be intense. I'm liking that all these tag teams are starting to come up. I always loved the tag team divisions, and I felt that for years they've been kind of dragging. So it's nice to see some quality ones. Having said that, I think the Revival is going to retain the belts here because I feel that DIY is going to be moved up soon. So that it doesn't make business sense to give him the title. if that makes sense. But I think it will be a good match, and I just think the Revival is going to take this one.
Well, for me, I actually am going to agree with you, Steve. The reason being, I think the Revival will win is because not only are they the standpoint for the tag team division in NXT, this is where the tag teams have got to be before they go over to Raw and SmackDown. I think they're not ready yet. They're not ready to let go of those titles yet. I think they're going to hold on to those titles until at least next year. And I've got my mind on who's going to take it off them, but I'm going to leave that to later on in the show. But yeah, definitely Revival will retain the titles at TakeOver. So next match we've got is Asuka versus Mickie James. Mickie James, I know I pronounced it wrong. I realized just like when I read it, I pronounced it wrong. Mike, what are your predictions? What do you think about Mickie James returning to the WWE after, I think it's like 3 or 4 years? What are your thoughts?
I'm not impressed with her returning to NXT, first off. I think it's going to make Asuka look really good in this match. I think it's going to make her look more dominant. If they take the title off of Asuka right now, I think they're doing a great disgrace to her, but I see why they would take it off of her, because the fact that she is way better than any of the women in NXT right now, and that she can be promoted into the main roster and actually have good feuds with, I hate to say it, Nia Jax, Charlotte, Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, Bayley. The list goes on and on and on. But if you leave her with a championship after this pay-per-view, you are really, really, really not doing yourself any favors. Yeah, Mickie James coming back for a one-off. Don't know if she has an actual deal or not to win the match. However, I don't see it happening. I think Asuka is going to go look strong in this match. And I had to give it to Asuka.
Awesome. Okay. And Steve.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
What's your pick, bro?
I'm gonna have to agree there. I think James is really just there to feed Asuka to show that just how good she is, and to make her kind of evolve as she continues with the title, and then eventually be moved up to the WWE and do the big matches. I think there's really no way Mickie James comes out of here with the title. I think it would just completely. There's no point to derail this train. Right now, I think we're going to continue seeing Asuka win until she's ready, and I just think there's no way, of all people, Mickie James would take that title. But I do think it will be a great match. She's there to kind of really show her off and show people what she can do, and I think it's going to be a great match. It's one that I think will surprise us.
Yeah. I'm really looking forward to the match, to be honest. Seeing Mickie James back in the ring again. I do agree with Mike that she shouldn't be returning to NXT, but she should be returning to WWE. Maybe they're bringing her to NXT to help developmental areas of NXT, help the up and coming women's division who will be going into Raw and SmackDown. I'm going to go Asuka on this one. I pronounced it right this time. Yeah, Asuka. I'm gonna go Asuka just because I don't think she, like Steve and you were saying, Mike, I don't think she's ready to let go of the belt yet. I don't think she'll lose the belt anytime soon. She's just too good, man. She's great in the ring, and I think they need her as the standing point for the women's division at the moment. So at the moment, the only person who's got one different answer so far is Mr. Mike, because he thinks DIY is going to win that title. But now we get to the match that I'm really looking forward to. Authors of Pain versus TM61. Yeah, boy, I'm ready for this match. I'm going to let you guys talk about this for a bit, and then I'm going to come in and steal this. This is where I win. Yeah, go. We'll go Mike first. Mike first.
Me, man? Sure, why not? I hate to do it to you, boss, man. I know your homeboys are in the finals, and I know you're rooting for the mighty Don't Kneel, man. And I'm gonna have to tell you, they're gonna kneel this week. I mean, the Authors of Pain, man. They've demolished everyone. Did I mention earlier? They beat everyone in their path. Everyone, not just DIY. Not just, I mean, dude, they beat everybody. They even beat the former tag team champions, American Alpha, like they were dogs. And you're saying that your team has a chance after American Alpha didn't? Come on, man. I mean, I know you love your guys. I know you're going to ride with them. I know. But let's call a spade, man. You got Paul Ellering in a cage. Dude, he's going to have brass knuckles, and he's going to throw him in, and game over, bro. Game over.
Oh, Steve, your predictions. Who do you think's gonna win, buddy?
See, I'd love to tell you that I am against you in this, but I feeling it's gonna be. I think TM61 is gonna take it. I really do. I think they're being kind of groomed to be the next big thing in NXT as far as tag teams go. I do think that they're going to get that title shot against. Revival, as I talked about before. I think that's going to be the next big feud. For sure, Paul Ellering is going to have some kind of, something's going to happen with him that's going to probably help them win. And, I do think they take it. I think, the Authors of Pain will be fine with a loss here. I don't think it'll destroy their credibility in any way, especially that it'll probably be some kind of cheap win in a way, with some kind of interference. But I think TM61 is going to take the win and then go for the title.
Well, for me, I've got to agree with you on this one, Steve. Again, come on, man, stop copying all my answers, bro.
You go after me every time, so you're copying my answers.
TM61 for sure, my homeboys. They're from EPW. They're from Perth. Come on, this is Australian turf, man. Australian territory. They're going to win this match. They're then going to hoist that title high, and Mike, you're going to cry. And then it's going to be titles held high as well. It's just going to be a great match. I'm actually really looking forward to it. Paul Eldridge is going to be hanging high above the ring in a shark cage. It's just going to be a great match. I think it's going to be very, very good. So my pick is TM61. And I have to disagree with you, Mike. The mighty do not kneel, mate. The mighty do not kneel. Okay. Next match, and we're coming up to the end of the card, which is the main event, which is Joe versus Nakamura in the NXT title match. I'm going to go first on this one, and I'm going to say Nakamura is going to win this one. I don't see Joe holding on to the title. I think he's going to be called up very, very soon, maybe possibly even at the Royal Rumble. But I do see Joe actually coming to the main roster very soon. I think it will probably be on SmackDown, and I would like to see him go up against AJ Styles for the WWE title as a face. So that's my prediction for that. So Nakamura to win the title there. Now, Mike, what is your decision for this one? What are your thoughts?
I think Nakamura is going to win, but I don't think Joe's going to get called up anytime soon. The reason why I say that is he broke TJ Wilson or Tyson Kidd, however you want to call it, Tyson Kidd's neck. That's one of the reasons why he's been in NXT for so long. I don't see them calling him up. That's the only reason. I can see this feud going on another pay-per-view or another takeover, rather. And that the other person goes up. But I think Nakamura is going to win this one.
Yeah.
And Steve, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I also think Nakamura is going to win this one. I think it's too early to take the title away from him. He's being built up right now. He's a fantastic wrestler. I'm really looking forward to see all his matches. It's just I just don't. I think Joe's ready for the big leagues right now. I don't think he's going to go back into an NXT title and go through another feud and all that stuff. I just don't think it makes sense. I think he's going to be called up very, very soon. I agree with you, Bozzy. He's going to be at Royal Rumble in one way or another, whether it's a surprise or some kind of featured guy on the Rumble. I just don't think it's time for him to lose the title. It makes no sense to give Joe the title back. I think he's just ready. So Nakamura, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. So that's the TakeOver card. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to just ask you guys both what you think the whole pay-per-view is going to be like. Give us your prediction on what sort of score it's going to be, if it's going to be a good pay-per-view, if it's going to be a bad pay-per-view. Let us know. For me, I think it's going to be a great pay-per-view. We've got some really good matches, some really strong matches in here. The only match I'm not looking forward to is Asuka versus Mickie James. I think it may... I don't know. I don't know how that's going to go. But other than that, the whole card in itself is really strong. What are your thoughts, Mike? Do you like the card? Do you like the strength of the card? Is it strong for you or is it weak?
I think it's going to steal the weekend. I think that Survivor Series has got a lot of work to do. I think this right here is going to be close to rivaling last year's TakeOver Brooklyn. I hate to say it. The women's match, like Steve said, is going to surprise a lot of people. Mickie James can still go, man. And Asuka is, she's pretty badass. Not taking nothing away from either woman at all. And then on top of that, you have the finals in a cage match between Authors of Pain versus TM61. That has a chance to bring the house down to steal the show. Not necessarily to take away from the other tag team title match between DIY and the Revival. There's a lot of potential of also stealing the show depending on what the outcome of that match is. And also, the opener of the match, the opener of the night, however, I think should be at least second or third, would be here versus Robert Roode. That has a chance to even be on the Richter scale. But the main event, everybody's seen it twice already. This is the third and final shot for Joe. Y'all say he might go to Royal Rumble. I say otherwise, but not knocking Joe. I love the man to death. I think he's a great wrestler. I think he's a great performer. I think he's larger than life. I think he's actually killed a lot of his critics by saying he's fat and he's slow. The man's neither. The man's muscle. Things happen in the wrestling ring. People know this, but I see that match being brutal. I see that match being bloody, and I see Nakamura winning with the eye socket injury to Joe.
And the TM61 versus Authors of Pain isn't a steel cage match, but Steve Eldridge is going to be in a cage above the ring, in a shark cage.
It's not a steel cage at all?
No.
It's not going to be in a steel cage? Oh,
no.
It's terrible.
Steve Eldridge is going to be in a shark cage hoisted above the ring. That's what the cage is all about.
God.
So, yeah. Just letting you in there. I think we lost Steve. Hopefully he comes back. We'll get his thoughts in a minute. But I really do think it's going to be a good match, a good pay-per-view, good show. I definitely do think it's going to be better than Survivor Series because, Survivor Series, there's 3 matches on there that I'm sort of looking forward to. Other than that, the rest of them are just... So when Steve comes back, we'll get his predictions for Survivor Series. But here we go, man. Survivor Series, Mike. Are you excited about Survivor Series?
No.
I was waiting for it, bro. I was waiting for it. So the first match we are going to predict is the Cruiserweight match, title match between Kalisto and Kendrick. Now, this match I'm sort of looking forward to. Not for Brian Kendrick, but for Kalisto. It's not my favorite match of the night. If Kalisto wins the title, the Cruiserweights come over to SmackDown. Welcome back, Steve. Come to SmackDown. I really want to see that happen. I really want to see the Cruiserweights come to SmackDown. Now, me and Mike were talking about this yesterday. I think the way that Raw is using the way that Raw is using the Cruiserweights at the moment, where they change the whole ring apron to purple, they make it all purple. I think that's quite disheartening to the Cruiserweight division. If they come over to SmackDown, I think they will actually make them a part of that roster. Like, it won't be any division there. And I really look forward to that. So I actually pick Kalisto to win the title and bring it over to SmackDown, and we will hopefully see the SmackDown Cruiserweights at Tuesday night SmackDown. What are your thoughts, Mike?
Well, man, I'll be honest with you. I think Kalisto is going to win, take the title back to SmackDown. I don't think Brian Kendrick's going to win this. There is no way in the world that he's going to win this. If he does, then it throws my predictions all out of whack. I still hope Kalisto does win somehow, some shape, some form, and he actually takes the title from Raw and puts it back on where it should be in SmackDown.
100% agree, man. Mr. Steve, Flipping the Nerd, what are your thoughts, brother? We can't hear you, bud. Are you there? We can't hear you. Oh, no. Okay, Steve has dropped off quickly. Sorry about technical difficulties. I think we may be having some technical difficulties with audio. We will get that prediction in 2 seconds, but we'll just quickly. So with this Kalisto versus Kendrick match, Mike, and the Cruiserweight division coming over to SmackDown, what do you think it's going to be? Can
you hear me now?
Yes, fantastic. All right, Steve. We'll get to your predictions now, man. Kalisto versus Kendrick. Who do you think's going to win and why?
So for once, finally, we're going to have a difference. So there will be a winner for this title. I actually think Kendrick's is going to win. Oh. And the reason for that, I think Kalisto's better. I think there are a lot of reasons he could win. But just based on the fact alone that Raw is an extra hour and they need to fill that extra hour or something, I think the Cruiserweight division might be a way to fill that time on Raw. I think that the fact that they are doing something different for the Cruiserweights highlights them in a different way. I think that would be another reason it would be on Raw. So really, my reason for picking Kendrick has nothing to do with Kendrick at all, but rather that I think Raw is right now better accommodated to have that division. So I hope I'm wrong because I like Kalisto, but
yeah,
I think Kendrick's going to take it.
Well, I think it's definitely going to be interesting to see what actually happens here. Because one, you've got the SmackDown division who will probably lose a title, but it's either going to be Raw loses the title or SmackDown loses the title. That's the way I see it at the moment. And it's going to be very interesting. The next match I want to point out is the Intercontinental title match between Sami Zayn versus The Miz. Now, Steve, you went on the show yesterday. I want to get your thoughts quickly before we go into any predictions or anything like that. What do you think about The Miz taking the title off of Dolph Ziggler on Tuesday night just before Survivor Series? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I really don't like The Miz, so anytime The Miz has a win is a bummer to me. I just never liked him. I like Dolph Ziggler, but whatever. It is what it is. It'll lead us to this match. And as far as my prediction goes, and this really hurts my soul because Sami Zayn's from my hometown of Montreal. So I think The Miz is going to keep the title, if only to keep it on SmackDown. I don't think SmackDown can afford to lose that title. So
this is where me and you sort of collide here, because I think Sami Zayn's going to win the title. But I think he's going to be shipped over to SmackDown. He will win the title. He will go over to SmackDown, and The Miz will lose the title, get enraged, and he will trade over to Raw. They've been teasing a trade to Raw for The Miz over the last few weeks. I think that's the way it's going to happen. I am actually predicting that Sami Zayn will take home the gold and that it will go over to SmackDown later down the track.
I hope so.
So, yeah, my pick is definitely Sami Zayn. Mike, what's your pick, buddy? Go for it. Let us know who you think's going to win it.
Sami Zayn is going to take it. He's going to keep it on Raw. I think they're going to switch over Roman Reigns later on, and he's going to bring the United States title to SmackDown.
Oh, wow.
That's my prediction.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. So say that last part again. So you think Roman Reigns is going to bring the title over to SmackDown? Hey. Okay.
More people challenge him over on SmackDown than they're on Raw.
I don't know. But that's a pretty strong prediction. Okay.
I'm saying
Sami Zayn?
It's going to happen a little bit later.
Interesting. I'm pretty excited about this, man. This is getting exciting. We've got predictions are everywhere. This title is coming home to me. Then we have a match between it's the tag team Survivor Series match, which is between New Day, Enzo and Kaz, the Club, Cesaro and Sheamus, and Primo and Epico versus Beauty and the Man Beast, American Alpha, Hype Bros, Usos, Breezango. I think it's going to be a whole lot of garbage.
Yeah.
To be honest, I think it's going to fall flat on its face. It's going to make the whole tag team division look yuck. I don't know why Vince McMahon even thought of this to begin with, or why the writers thought of this. It's just not great. In the end, I think that we're going to see SmackDown tag team take the cup here, take the glory here. I do. I actually do. I'm going to actually go for the SmackDown tag team here. That's my predictions. The only reason being is I think that Raw will win quite a few more of the matches of the night than what SmackDown will. So SmackDown does need to get a win somewhere there, and I think that the tag team division is less hurting to Raw than what anything else is. So, yeah, I definitely think the tag team division will be SmackDown, and they will walk out with the win and with the bragging rights. Mike, you were shaking your head. What are your thoughts, buddy?
Raw is going to win it hands down, man. You have the New Day, the New Day, the longest reigning tag team champions. Demolition right now. I mean, that's the only team ahead of them, I think, is Demolition. So yeah. No, Raw wins this hands. I mean, you have Rhino, you have Heath Slater. Yeah, they're going to do some damage. They're going to take out the Club. You're going to have the two losers, which is Breezango and the other losers, the Shining Stars. They're going to eliminate one another. Then you're going to have the other forgettables, Enzo and Kaz versus basically anybody else on the SmackDown roster, and they're going to beat those guys. And it's terrible, man. It's going to be a hack and slash. Who wins first? It's going to be Raw. I think it's going to be the Club. And I think it's going to be New Day at the end.
Interesting. Mr. Steve, what do you reckon?
Oh, well, my easy prediction is this match is going to suck. It's going to be just a total crap fest. It's going to be all spots, nothing but big spots, and those stupid things when someone's going to get hit with a boot and somehow be out for the rest of the match on the floor of the gym. It's going to be one of those stupid matches that we always see with these huge groups. But I'm going to agree with Bozzy on this one just because it's not necessarily, I don't think Raw could win this one, but rather I think later on Raw is going to win something else. So I think this one will go to Team SmackDown just because they need to have a giant man thing to win on this card. So I don't know how it's going to happen. It'll probably end up with the two champions in the end, and God knows someone's going to interfere. It'll be some kind of stupid reason, but SmackDown will take the win.
Now, how do you guys think this is going to happen? So if one guy gets pinned from the tag team, that tag team is out, or is it every single person is going to have to be pinned to be eliminated?
No, one person per tag team. Both tag team members are eliminated. So
Fantastic.
If one person pins, it's going to be a little bit faster than what people give credit.
Well, at least the crap show isn't going to be drawn out too long then. We then get into another match where I am sort of shaking my head and going, why, oh, why? We've got the women's Survivor Series match, which is Charlotte, Banks, Fox, Nia Jax, and Bayley versus Nikki Bella, Bliss, Naomi, Carmella, and Becky Lynch. This is definitely going to go to the Raw side. I think that the Raw's women's division is very strong at the moment. I think they're going to dominate in this match. I think it's going to be a clean sweep. To be honest, SmackDown has some really, really great talent. I don't think they're at the same level as what the Raw team is at the moment. So I am definitely going for the Raw women's side. What's your predictions, Mike, for this one? And how do you think the match is going to play out?
I think Raw's going to win it because, again, there's two people on SmackDown that I'm really not interested with at all, with one of them being Carmella, the other one being Nikki Bella, and the rest of the team is solid. Hands down solid. You have Becky Lynch, you have Alexa Bliss, and I think
Naomi.
I mean, those three right there are solid. The other two I'm not worried about at all. I think it's going to be a crap fest again. I think Nia Jax is going to be one of the ones standing tall at the end. I think her, Charlotte, and maybe Sasha. I think it's going to be three of them or four of them be left at the end of the night.
Well, we've got Josh Watson, and he says, give me a shout-out. This is your shout-out, Josh. Good on you, buddy. And Steve-O, what do you think, man? Do you think it's going to be the women's do you think it's going to be a massive flop, or do you think this is going to sort of be a good match?
No, this is the point of the card when I'm going to take a break and go stretch, and just this match is going to suck. I mean, I really hate these big matches to begin with. I think Team Raw has such a better team. I just don't see any way SmackDown winning this. If Total Bellas was going to premiere this weekend, then maybe I'd say SmackDown had a shot, just because the WWE loves to plug their other shows during these matches. But since that's not the case, I think Raw is going to take it. And I actually agree. It's going to be three or four of them that are still going to be standing there at the end. There's just Charlotte, Bayley, Sasha, maybe more. I think it's going to be a total wipe, and Raw is going to take it easily.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an absolute flop. I think I I may even put my hand up to say one of the worst matches of the night. I'm not looking forward to it at all. And the thing is that this match has sort of had the same hype as what the men's matches had, and it's sort of like, come on, guys, like, get your act together. Like, we don't need to see it, but we're going to see it anyway, and it's sort of sad to say. But we're all even there. I'm going to take a bit of break and just go through who's picking what so far. We got all of us picking Bobby Roode. We've got DIY for Mr. Mike, and me and Steve have got Revival. We've got Asuka, all three of us. Mr. Mike then again changes his mind and goes with Authors of Pain against me and Steve, who chose TM61. We all picked Nakamura. Me and Mike picked Kalisto, and Mr. Steve has picked Kendrick. We then have me and Mike picking Sami Zayn, and Steve picking The Miz. I've picked SmackDown Tag Team. Steve has picked the SmackDown Tag Team, and Mike has picked Raw, and we've all picked the Raw's women's side. We will definitely see a champion at the end of this, so I'm really looking forward to see who wins. And I've got to say, it is going to be me. Without a shadow of a doubt, it's been said in here. People are behind me. I've got a fan base. I'm ready to take that title home and just brag about it for the next 4 weeks while we're on This Week is Wrestling, Mike. Be prepared. Okay. Do any of you have anything to say about the card so far, about your predictions so far? Or do you have a promo to hit about the title? Just a bit of fun interlude while I get the rest of the matches up.
Well, first of all, I'm going to take a picture of myself with the title every single day and send it to you, just so you don't miss it.
Oh, that sucks.
Just so you remember what you're up against for the Royal Rumble, okay? And but I think the card so far, you know what? I didn't get to talk about the card for TakeOver because my thing dropped. I think NXT is going to have a great card. WWE's Survivor Series, I think, is going to just be awful. So far, you look at the matches, very few of them I actually want to watch. I'm just kind of forcing my way through it, and that's not a good way to feel about such a great historical event. I love Survivor Series historically, and to have such crap this year is just so disappointing. And it really sucks.
Yeah, it's quite sad, and I'm definitely not looking forward to it. Mike, do you have a promo to hit?
Well, there is no promo to even be said. I mean, YouTube have basically wet the bed, and not only just wet the bed. I mean, y'all done a lot of other things as well. Whenever you're talking about this so-called title that y'all are going to win, let's call it what it is. I mean, you both are trying to beat me, and I hate to tell you, but I will not send you a picture of anything except the greatness that I am, holding this title above my head and saying, "Oh yeah, by the way, losers." Losers. I repeat that again. I mean, every time we come on, you can hear me chant "losers," and you know it's going to be fun. And I can't wait to do that, especially with UFC in the. Come on.
I'm really looking forward to this. It's going to be great. The next time we will, so whoever wins this title will then defend it at the next pay-per-view, and this is how we're going to do it, Steve and Mike. So we win the title, and you get one pay-per-view out of 3 that you can sit out of. So you either have to defend it all the time, or you can have one pay-per-view out of 3 where you can sit out and say, look, I'm not defending it this week. And then it's just a normal prediction. So you get that chance. But I can assure you that if one of you guys, and it's not going to happen, but if one of you guys win the title, right, I'm going to take it off you at the next pay-per-view, and I will stand there with it around my waist, and I will send you pictures on the daily, probably every hour, just my title in different locations. It's going to be great.
No, wait a minute. Whoa. Okay, first of all, we're not even done the predictions, and you're already conceding your loss? How bad are your predictions? You're already talking about the next event, and you're not even done the predictions for this one. God, I've never seen such crap. You're pretty much giving it to us. You're like, oh, I know you guys are going to win this one. Go on,
man. Anyway. We have got the next match, which is the Raw Men's Tag Team match, 5-on-5. We've got Jericho, Owens, Rollins, Strowman, and Reigns versus Styles, Ambrose, Randy Orton, Wyatt, Shane McMahon. I'm going to go here and say, why the flip is Shane McMahon in the match to begin with? Why seriously, I know the guy loved to wrestle back in the day. He loves putting his body on the line, jumping off of freaking Hell in the Cells and stuff. He's entertaining, but why the flip is he taking a spot in this match over the likes of someone like
Corbin,
Baron Corbin, like Corbin or someone like that? Like, why? It's just ridiculous. It's stupid. My boys, my man Jericho, he is definitely going to have a great match. I am going to say right now, the list is probably going to come out once or twice in this pay-per-view, and I will be quite disappointed if it doesn't. I think Team Raw's going to take this out, boys. I really do. I think that we're going to see the Universal Champion holding his title high with at least Jericho by his side. It's going to be a great, I think it's going to be a good match other than Shane McMahon being involved. The Wyatt family are definitely going to have some sort of involvement in this match. I think Luke Harper's going to get involved in some aspect in this match. So we're definitely going to see Team Raw take this out for the guys. Mike, what are your thoughts?
I think SmackDown all the way. I think Shane McMahon's going to be the last man standing.
Really?
I know that's pretty blunt, isn't it?
Really?
Yeah,
well,
man. Don't ask me why I come up with something so stupid as that. But I do see SmackDown winning this. I don't see Raw winning it because they can't even act like they're together. I mean, yeah, they did it for one night, and then you see Seth Rollins' pedigree kick Chris Jericho into the mat. And then the very next night on SmackDown, mates AJ and Dean Ambrose. Of course, they're going to have a little tit for tat, and they're going to be blah blah blah. But I think that they're going to have more an actual cohesive unit more so than Raw, and that's the only reason I see them winning. I don't see them actually defeating them on their own. I think it's going to have turmoil within the team to actually help SmackDown win. And I predict Shane McMahon being the last man standing, if not just him, maybe AJ Styles holding the title above his head. And that's the way I see it.
I don't know if I agree with that, Mike, but all right. Steve, I want your thoughts on the new Wyatt family as well as your predictions. I want to see what you think about Orton joining the Wyatts. And also, who do you predict to win?
Well, I think with Orton joining the Wyatts, I think they're gonna eliminate each other, all of that little group. There'll be some kind of involvement outside, and I think that's how those three will be eliminated.
It's only Wyatt and Orton in.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, Bray Wyatt and probably Braun Strowman as well. Just have a feeling that that's how they're going to go out. For the overall match, I think there's no way that SmackDown wins this one. Based, if only, that Stephanie McMahon, wasn't she going to fire her entire team if they don't win? And I don't think that'll happen. I mean, have you seen that team? And I have a feeling that AJ Styles is going to somehow cost SmackDown the win here, setting up a date with the dead man. The Undertaker came out and basically said that he's going to have SmackDown's back. Now, I don't think that'll be an interference. It'll rather be him kind of calling out AJ Styles, saying, you caught SmackDown the match and I'm going to do something about it. And that's where they're going to have a feud going into the Rumble. And that's really because I there's a lot of rumors going around that AJ Styles and Taker are going to go at it. Taker probably wanting to push AJ Styles as this will be his swan song, I think, this year. And I think that's how it's going to go. I think Team Raw takes it with probably Owens with the final match, who's also my boy from my hometown. So at least I picked one of my hometown boys. There you go.
So that I think that match is going to definitely be Raw. Just because I think it's just it's predictable. Now we're coming up to the worst match of the night, which is going to be the main event. Yeah. It's going to be an absolute crap house. I'm going to actually get a shovel and I'm going to start digging myself a hole while this match is going. I'm going to bury myself alive because this match is just pathetic. We've got Brock Lesnar versus Bill Goldberg. And to be honest, I am really worried. I am very worried. I am sick to my stomach. This is just about money, as we were saying yesterday. Dude, I am not looking forward to it at all. I think they're going to put Brock Lesnar over because, of course, Bill Goldberg beat him at WrestleMania 20, and it would just be Brock Lesnar showing his dominance again. I suggest this match only go for 5 minutes because that's how bad it is. I am very, very disappointed in the way that they have written up this card. They should have done it, like I said yesterday, Bill Goldberg's team versus Brock Lesnar's team. That would have been a lot more appealing and more interesting instead of just having them go one-on-one again, where it was such a bad match at WrestleMania 20. So my predictions for this, just because I think they're going to even the score, it's Brock Lesnar. What are your thoughts, Mike, on the match and on who's going to win?
I'm going to tell you my prediction. I don't think either one of them are going to win. I think it's going to be a no contest, and it's going to end like that. We're going to have another suck fest on Monday Night Raw. That's my prediction.
No contest.
No contest.
Dude, if it ends like that, I'm literally going to throw the remote at the TV, break the TV over someone's head, and literally give up on the whole WWE network. If they do end it that way, I am going to be raging, bro. Raging.
That's going to be terrible, man. It's going to be terrible. It's going to be awful. It's going to be botch after botch after botch. Someone's going to miss the ring completely with a spear, Goldberg. Someone's going to miss even trying to jump onto the ring, Brock Lesnar. Then he's going to have a messed up jackhammer when he jumps up and his neck's all broken and that's Brock Lesnar. And he's going to F5 Bill Goldberg in the middle of the Mara. And it's going to be terrible, man.
It's going to be like watching two. It's going to be like watching two whales beached at sea trying to get back in the water. It's just going to be absolutely pathetic. Brock Lesnar, if you're watching this right now, you suck, bro. You suck. Steve, what are your predictions, bro? What are your thoughts on this whole freaking stupid crap fest that we're going to witness on Sunday?
So my prediction is I'm going to watch Goldberg come out and then turn the TV off, and that'll be the end of the night for me. That's all I want to see. Once he's in the ring, I'm done. Thank you. Survivor Series over. I'll read the results on a spoiler site. That's my prediction.
Yeah.
If I have to pick a winner, though, say Brock Lesnar. This Goldberg thing was just to say goodbye properly to the fans, to plug the WWE game, the 2K17, because he's on the cover. This is a one-time thing for him. There's no way. Everybody knows that you leave on your back. It's just the way it is. I think it's going to continue to build Brock's, monster ego, and it's going to be the worst match ever. Just complete garbage match. So there you have it.
I totally agree with that.
100%.
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, the reason I say no contest, and I'll even state this: this match is going to be terrible. It's going to be the worst match of all time. It's going to rank up there with Jeff Hardy and Sting when Jeff Hardy was too incapacitated to even perform. It's going to rank up there. I hate to say it, man. I really do, but it's going to be complete, utter garbage.
Well,
I would rather watch two. I'd rather watch two dogs actually play than to watch this match. I mean, I could sit and actually tell you I'd rather watch paint dry than watch this match. I would rather hear a baby cry than to watch this match. Use all the toys with the noise than watch this match.
I tell you right now, Goldberg just had an interview the other week, and he said, "My body hurts." Why the flip are you getting into a freaking wrestling ring where you're supposed to be taking bumps, where you're supposed to be hurting yourself for the entertainment of other people if your body really hurts and you're in a lot of pain? You are like a retarded loser, man. Like, seriously. Like, go to the hospital, get a walking frame, and get on with your life, man. I know you want to wrestle for your son, but seriously, putting yourself in harm's way.
I have a call. Hey, hold on. Oh, it's Kurt Angle. Yeah, he's going to show up and destroy both of them. That'd be a great end of that match.
Oh, if that actually does happen and Kurt Angle comes out at the end of the match, okay, that would boost the main event to the top. But I highly doubt that's ever going to happen. We're probably going to see Kurt Angle at the Royal Rumble. Guys, this has been fun. I really am going to have a spew bucket next door to me while I'm watching this match, because I'm sure I'm going to chunder once or twice because of the absolute disgust I have towards this match.
Hey, Bobby, if you want to, man, I mean, you can do a live reaction of this match at the end of the night on pay-per-view Sunday if you want to. I mean, you will actually do a live reaction video. Horrific match in WWE history.
That's fun, man. We can do that. We can do a live reactions match and then do our review at the end of it. Absolutely fine.
Yeah, I'm not here on Sundays. I have to watch it Monday, which sucks. But
fair enough, man. So we'll do the predictions review on the Monday night after you've watched it, Steve. Awesome. If you are free. Guys, that's it. Mike, any last words for the audience before we cut? But that's the card, man. How do you think the SmackDown card's gonna rate in your mind after you've watched it? Like, what is your initial rating for the card, and then we'll see what your actual rating is afterwards.
Well, I mean, right now, I'm rating it at a 5, only because Goldberg's entrance is going to be massively botched again. And the jackhammer is going to be terrible. And I can't wait to watch that. I can't wait to see it on WWE Fails, or what is it called? Biggest botches in WWE history. It's going to have
Botchamania.
Yes, they're going to leave Botchamania number 1. I mean, I can feel it. And I'm hoping I'm right on that. I hope Botchamania lives forever, ever, and ever. I'm gonna give it a 5.5 out of a 10, and I'm gonna give Takeover about an 8, 8.5. Only because you said it wasn't gonna be in a steel cage. Now I'm kind of disappointed, highly disappointed.
Hmm. And what about you, Steve? What do you?
I think Survivor Series is going to be like a 4. I really there's really nothing I'm really looking forward to on this card, so it could really only surprise me at this point. So, which is good, I guess. You know, that's I just don't think it'll be good at all. As far as Takeover, I think it'll be an 8. Even on a bad day, NXT pay-per-views tend to be very good, and this one will just be awesome as well. I don't think it'll be quite the 9 or 10, but it'll definitely be a solid 8.
For me, I'm going to go 3.5 for Survivor Series, and I'm also going to go 8.5 to 9 for Takeover. Yes, I'm being harsh on this because the matches on this card are pathetic, and I am very, very disappointed in it. I was looking forward to it at No Mercy because No Mercy was great. It was fantastic, and then we get this load of crap for a card, and it's just disappointing for me. I'm really looking forward to.
Hell in a Cell was good. You agreed Hell in a Cell was good.
Yeah, no, Hell in a Cell. Sorry, I forgot that Hell in a Cell was the last pay-per-view that we watched. I was more thinking about SmackDown. Hell in a Cell was phenomenal. Like I loved Hell in a Cell. Hell in a Cell was great. But yeah, I'm putting this at 3.5, and that is poor for one of the main 4 pay-per-views of the year. That's just poor. Guys, do you have anything to plug? Steve, do you have anything to plug for your channel, Flipping the Nerd?
I have a contest coming up for December where you can win a box full of really awesome stuff. I just finished another contest for October, which I'm going to release the video tomorrow. This month, I'm going to show off a lot of cool stuff that I got this month. I've been kind of holding off because October I did a lot of horror stuff, but I've been kind of getting some stuff. And as far as wrestling goes, I've been holding on to this for a long time, but I'm finally going to show off my collection of 1980s WWE, or WWF at the time, rubber figures. I have almost a whole set, and I've never showed them off, so I think this will be the month to pull those bad boys out and make a video about them. So,
man, you got me.
If you're a wrestling fan, check it out.
Oh, you got me interested in those wrestling.
Do you remember those?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, they were awesome. They were like almost indestructible, so they were awesome. You could throw them off the house. It was great.
Single collector that was made out of like plastic and death. The dude on the outside that folded out, and it was like a rectangular octagon-looking shape inside. It held 6, 9 figures in there, and then you had to buy extra ones to hold all the other ones.
Right.
However, the original ring are just insane.
And Mike, you can plug your show, plug whatever you want, bro.
Well, I'm hoping tonight you can catch us live, going live anyway, with me and Steve-O doing unboxing or blind box of November 2016. Got some new things in the mail. It's from Comic Cavalcade. I think it's a Kickstarter thing. I don't know what it is exactly, but it's still boxed up in a box. So, yeah.
Awesome. And for me...
Also, hold on. Forgot to mention, I do have a giveaway as well. It's an adult card game, adult drawing card game. It's called Scandalous. Age of 18 wants to enter to win the game. It's free shipping everywhere. So like our channel. I actually subscribe to the channel. Tell us you want to be in the drawing of the game, and then everybody knows, Boz, we don't just give away the game. We give away extra things with it.
Yeah. Their channel's great. It's called The Unboxing Bros. The link is in my description. Flipping the Nerd, also a fantastic channel. He has weekly shows, and that is in the description as well. For me, this week in wrestling has been going off. We're up to episode 7 next week. We have also got the prediction, the review of Survivor Series, which will be on Monday night, Steve and Mike's night, and then it will be Tuesday morning for me. So I'll be just waking up, getting sleep out of my eyes and stuff after watching it on Sunday. Guys, thank you so much for joining us today. I have got to tell you that you will not be taking that title home. It is coming to this guy right here. This guy right here is going to take the title. And as usual, all I've got to say, man, is subscribe for more content. Twitter and Instagram links are all in the description. And like always, guys, don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. It really just gives us a bit of an idea of who's watching. And also, I'm going to say it now. Don't forget, guys, like always, keep smiling because you are all so worth it. All right. Peace out, guys. Catches.